YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by Chibi Reviews. This is heartbreaking and it's dead on arrival. I think he's talking about Fire Force Season 3 Part 2. Let's check out what this video has to say. It might be some crazy drama. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and tell me what you guys think about this video. Let's just jump in. Let's go.
I'm so disgusted and upset that this series is being ran into the ground. It's like the people at the top decided to say, you know what, we've had goodwill for all these years, we've had a great anime adaptation next to no complaints from the fans, why don't we ruin all this goodwill, run the series into the ground, and pretty much slap you in the face and make you feel like you wasted your time even watching this anime to begin with. That's more or less what's going on, to give a very short summary. But for those that want the long summary and get in the loop, let me explain. So Fire Force Season 3 Part 2 is set to air in 5 days from now.
It already aired. I don't know when he shot this video. I'm on the 14th of Jan.
It's now been listed with 13 episodes, and for those that don't realize why this is a problem, let's get into that. So, there is currently about 80 or so chapters left to adapt for Fire Force. This means that within these 13 episodes, they're going to have to cram 88 chapters into 13 episodes, which means that in terms of pacing, they would have to cram about...
Yeah, the pacing is bad. The first episode's pacing was terrible. It jumped onto another level.
About maybe 6 to 8 chapters into one episode just to be able to have a conclusion within 13 episodes. That's unless they skip content as well, which 100%
they are definitely skipping content.
They are going to do to be able to get to the conclusion of the story. So, more or less what this means is that Fire Force, the final season, is going to be a rushed mess that completely cuts content, rushes character development, characterization, conclusion of characters, the conclusion of the story. And I'm just like...
I feel like Chibi also needs to realize the reality of the situation. Fire Force is not that big, you know. You don't necessarily hear people be like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Fire Force. Solo leveling, yes. But Fire Force kind of lost its hype, you know, because they took a lot of time with the anime. So I'm not surprised they're rushing the conclusion. I think that's the reality of the situation.
Like, dude, I've been passively watching this series for years now. I've been enjoying...
Even he says it, I've been passively watching this series, you know? So it's lost the hype. You can't make money from people passively watching your series, you know?
Enjoying Fire Force here and there, off and on, and the fact that this series, that's been kind of like my comfort anime for a while, is being ran into the ground like this, pisses me off so much, because this is not the first time, dude. Like,
a lot of series do this. He's not lying. This is not the first time. Why do you think there's only one Attack on Titan and one Hero My Academia? A lot of series, bro, start off peak, but unfortunately, just because of pacing, time, budget, and lack of interest, the shows do kind of die off, or they just rush the series.
For those that are out of the loop on this one, the author of Fire Force also wrote Soul Eater. And without any spoilers or anything to either of these two series, Soul Eater also had its ending basically rushed, or in this case, it was an anime original. It never got the proper conclusion it was supposed to get, which was just really sad, because if you have ever watched Soul Eater, which you should if you haven't, even with its anime original conclusion, it's a phenomenal series. It's really good. Like, I love Soul Eater. The vibe, the tone, everything about it is just so different than pretty much most manga and anime today. Like, it is very different. And the conclusion...
You see a lot of similarities with Soul Eater and Fire Force. It's very vague.
It didn't get the conclusion it needed because it went completely anime original. And for a very long time, fans, such as myself, have been waiting for some form of remake or something for Soul Eater to get a readaptation for we could...
That would be fucking awesome. Imagine if Soul Eater got a readaptation.
Finally get the proper conclusion of Soul Eater. It felt like it was a curse that someone that was so gifted as a writer would have their work ruined like that at the end. And so, many years later pass, Fire Force gets an anime adaptation, it's a continuation, or in this case, it's another work from the same author, and you're like, okay, you know, this time's the charm. We're gonna have a great anime adaptation, and it appeared that it had a great anime adaptation.
To be fair, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, well, Season 3, Season 1 and Season 2 were great. I mean, you know, unfortunately, that's the curse of our industry. You know, it just happens. Because of time, lack of interest, a lot of budget cutting. These people are taking their money and running because they can realize that, dude, we can't have 5 seasons of this. If they have 5 seasons of this, they're gonna literally lose all their money. That's why I think they're rushing season 3, and then season 4 will be season finale. I bet. I put my money on that.
And there was next to no issues that people really noticed. There might be some flaws here and there, but overall, it was pretty much unanimously agreed upon that Fire Force was a pretty good anime. And pretty much now,
no lie, for me, Fire Force, watching it from the beginning, I almost dropped this anime because season 1, the first 4 episodes were terrible. Oh my god, this was a terrible anime. But I think once you kind of get in, you kind of have to be delusional to watch it. This is for me. I had to be a little bit delusional to watch it, and then I liked the show after episode 7. Yeah, I almost dropped it after four episodes because it was terrible. It didn't feel believable. I felt like it was just terrible. Like the way how they adapted it was just a little bit terrible.
we got to the conclusion, we're reaching into the final conclusion, and they decided to do the exact same thing that happened to Soul Eater. Well, it's slightly different. It's not going to be an anime original, but it's going to be rushed, and it means that it's not going to have the conclusion that it's supposed to have, which is just so... It makes me so pissed. Because...
Yeah.
This series deserved better. It did.
It does.
It's really good. I love really the conclusion of Fire Force. It's great. And the fact that it's being done like this is just such a freaking slap, man. I don't understand why David Production would actually do this, which...
I understand. I told you guys. I told you. Been telling you.
Let's get right into this. Let's speculate for a second, okay? So there's no evidence to support this, okay? I want to make sure I say this. This is just me theory crafting and throwing things out there, spitballing. But my educated guess, if we take a look at, David Studios, okay, and what they've worked on or what they're going to be working on, like let's pull up the anime adaptation, we'll see here, David Production. They are currently in line to work on, let's do the newest and all that, they're going to be working on the upcoming JoJo anime, Steel Ball Run, which, let's be honest, we're all excited for. I can't wait to see JoJo Part, 7 adapted. Going to be amazing. But the problem here is that a lot of people have speculated that the reason why Fire Force is potentially being done like this is probably because they want to get all hands on deck to probably work on JoJo. Now, once again, there's no evidence to back this up. Different staff and team could be on different projects. But it does make sense. I mean, when you factor in...
it does make sense. I like that for what Chibi Reviews said. Yeah, it does make sense. The reason why they all put all hands on deck on JoJo. It's a big series, JoJo's huge, bro. In the anime world, holy shit, JoJo is a fucking beast and monster. It's a Goliath. Not if you know, you know. Yeah, type shit.
Maybe Fire Force and how long of a project it's been and what they've been working on for a very long time, it would make a lot of sense that they would probably want to push Fire Force to the side and work on some new content for their upcoming anime. For instance, JoJo, or I believe Undead Unluck as well, is getting a movie adaptation soon. Wait, let me make sure. Undead Unluck is prequel, sequel. Yeah, second season. Yeah, okay, so they're going to be working on the second season.
Makes sense. Also, Undead Unlocked, it got a lot of popularity. New show, new series. Maybe David Production owns the IP?
Well, there's no studio announced, but we can only assume that Undead Unluck is going to be worked on by David Productions.
Yeah,
it's going to be the same studio again. And so, there's speculation here. The reason why Fire Force is being rushed out the door is probably because of JoJo and also for Undead Unluck. Because when you factor this all in, I mean, JoJo and Undead Unluck are both kind of action series, shonen, seinen type stories. So when you think about it, it makes sense they would want to push Fire Force to the side to focus on other series that will last a lot longer. So that is my personal educated guess.
But it's a good one. I totally agree with it.
I mean, business-wise, it makes sense. I could be wrong. Once again, no evidence to back this one up. But
I also could be wrong as well,
That's my 2 cents on the matter. Regardless, if that's true or not, Fire Force is getting rushed. It is going to be getting dumpstered, thrown into the dirt, dug 6 foot under, like a hole's going to be dug 6 foot, and then they're going to be throwing the series into it. That's what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I do want to make sure I clarify something, though, before I go any further. At this time, this is leaks. However, it's it's gonna happen. And the reason why I say this is because Sugoi Light here and Donut, they are very well-known leakers in the anime manga space. Usually when they talk about certain things, reveal like chapter count that's gonna be adapted and stuff, they're more or less accurate. They're about 99% of the time accurate, and 1% of the time they can be a miss. Now, I don't think it's one of those times. I don't think that they're lying, especially these two individual leakers saying pretty much the exact same thing. This more or less confirms that yes, Fire Force is going to be getting rushed. Now, there is something that is very interesting that Donut here pointed out about the upcoming episode that's going to be releasing for Fire Force Season 3. He clarifies that Part 2, Episode 1 for Season 3 of Fire Force is going to be ending at Chapter 221. For clarification, Part 1, Episode 12, for instance, the last part of Fire Force that we got, it ended at Chapter 216, which means that they are shoving in a total of 6 chapters into this episode. But it gets a lot worse. Donut also revealed that with Episode 2 of Season 3, they're going to be adapting a total of 8 chapters in one episode.
Holy
and I would
shit.
like to remind everybody that there's about 80 or so chapters left to adapt. So, looking at this
They're
pacing, then compressing 6 and then 8, they already did 14 chapters in just 2 episodes. They're 100% trying to speed run to the ending. They're trying to get to the ending, which means there's going to be content cut. There's going to just be a lot of things missing and rushed. There's going to be just too much going on to really understand what's truly happening, which is just so disappointing, man.
Not surprising. Yeah, it happens. You can see, man. They're getting ready for their new stuff, honestly.
I don't understand why they would do this, dude. Like, I really don't. I mean, like I said, I've speculated, but still. It's been a series that's been beloved. Like, I've not really seen any complaints about Fire Force. The only complaints I have seen from Fire Force is the people that just love to get controversial about the fan service. They want to argue about fan service and stuff. That's really
yeah. They love complaining about the fan service. But, I mean, it is what it is, dude. That's anime.
In terms of negativity around the series until now. And just seeing this makes me so sad. It's so sad, dude. Like, I feel for the author, because now this is the second time that their work has just been done like this. And it's like, why can't they just get a good, proper conclusion? Just give them a good anime conclusion. And then I'm just like, why even waste your time adapting something so high quality for so long just to do this? I don't understand the thought process with these people at the top that do stuff like this, but here we are. So, Fire Force, it's getting dumpstered. It's getting ran into the ground. Get ready for that. Get ready for a train.
Yeah, we're ready. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it, because he is repeating himself. Yeah, Fire Force, man. Crazy, dude. I never expected this anime to be done like this. But you could kind of tell in, like, the first episode, like, it was a little bit weird on what happened. A lot of, like, rushed things were happening. A lot of unspoken things were said. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's how the business works. Some shows win, some shows don't. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. And, of course, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.